Okay, welcome back everyone to another special episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yodaman on the boards, and once again I'm joined for commentary by Derek. Hey Derek, how's it going?
I'm doing all right.
All right, so this is a game that was actually played right after the Cary, North Carolina regional ended between myself, I'm on the right, against Donovan, who's on the left. We had played in the second round of the tournament, but the first game ended up going the whole way to time. Donovan won on the last turn, and we decided after the tournament was over to actually play our reverse match. So I am playing my tournament light side deck, which was Smugglers, Affiliation, 2 Asteroid Sanctuary, 1 False Report, 1 Along the Gamma Run, 2 May the Force Be With You, 1 Hero's Journey, 1 Secret of Yavin 4, 1 Watchers in the Wasteland, and 1 Hero's Trial. And Donovan was playing a Scum deck. His Scum deck was definitely a little bit different than mine, different take on it. He had 2 Feeding the Pit, 2 His High Exaltedness, 1 Lucrative Contracts, 1 No Disintegrations, 1 Hunters, 1 Huts Menagerie, 1 Spice Trade, and 1 Schemes and Intrigue. So he actually didn't use Masterful in his deck. So got a initial thoughts about, I guess, mainly Donovan's deck, because we've done my deck a couple of the other tournament games that did count there. So
no Masterful and no Spice Trade?
Oh, he had Spice Trade, yeah.
He did have Spice Trade,
yeah,
okay.
He had Spice Trade.
All right. Yeah, no, he's got, again, there's so many, you just can't build a bad Scum deck. It's harder. You could pick out 10 random pods, and the odds of you pulling a bad deck versus a good deck are
right.
are pretty remote. So he does have a couple pods there I haven't seen in a while, but there's still good pods, right. Like the Lucrative Contract and stuff. So
yeah, and I think we flipped up our objectives. It looks like he's got Hunters. Is it? I can't even tell what those are. One of them is definitely Hunters. Let me kind of look at his list again. Is one of them?
Is one of them the Lucrative? Maybe.
Or maybe Huts Menagerie might be one of them.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. He put 2 on something.
Oh,
yeah, maybe that is Lucrative.
Yeah, it's got to be Lucrative.
I think it is Lucrative, and then he played Jabba there. That's pretty good first turn.
Yeah. I can't make out what the middle one is, though.
I think the middle one's Huts Menagerie, if I remember right. So,
okay.
So he's just going to take balance and pass turn to me. I actually started off with Double May the Force Be With You and Secret of Yavin 4. When I saw he was playing Scum, I decided, I don't remember what I threw back, but it might have been Hero's Journey, even though a lot of times I was keeping to get the extra resource, but I was worried if he had Masterful, he might bury my May the Force Be With You, so I put it out. So I just played a Deneva refueling station and followed it up with Yoda, so that's not really that bad of a turn. So
no, and you only spent 1 resource, so theoretically, if you've got something like a Bamboozle or whatever, you could use it on his turn.
Yeah.
After you free up and take Force.
Yep.
So.
And that's probably what I'm thinking. So I'm swinging at Hunters, and he's going to block with Jabba. And although I'd like to get some damage.
Yoda's only got 1 gun at this point. He's not a big threat. No.
I'm putting some cards in. I wonder if I was dumping a few things. Oh, I think I had a Heat and a Supporting Fire. And he put in 5 or 6. I think he might have put in.
Maybe, I think is that Death Mark?
Maybe that's what it is. So he might have had 4. I chose not to put something in. So either I didn't have anything else I could win, or I just didn't want to pitch whatever the card was. So I did get a damage on the Jabba, and I'm going to commit Yoda with the new Forza cards there and took one off to Nemba.
Yeah, that's interesting that you didn't do that second point of damage, because given that you've got Yavin there in your deck, a Deflect would be a way. Or no, you can't target Jabba with Deflect, can
right,
you?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I think he can. I'm trying to remember if the new Jabba can be targeted with stuff or not.
Well, actually, he must have been. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to heat him.
Well, it wasn't the other one just you couldn't hit him with events?
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I'm pulling him up real quick.
You just grabbed your Yoda there. Was that Snuva he dropped?
I think it was Snuva.
He only paid 2 resources for it.
Yeah, he only paid 1. I think it
Or
was
one.
Snuva,
What
and then
was
he
it?
played a spider. Yeah, because
Oh,
Jabba was
that's
out.
because Jabba.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Jabba was out, so it only cost one.
Yeah.
And
Here
now
comes the
he's
spider.
swinging with the spider. At Secret Yavin 4, not much I can do there, and he's going to Spice Visions the spider and get 5 total damage on Secret Yavin 4.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Too bad he didn't have one more blast. He could have taken the thing out.
yeah, he sure could have.
Actually, he could have sent Snuva with him and done it rather than spread damage around.
Yeah, so Jabba can't be just targeted by events. It's not any effect. So he's going to take balance back to the dials. Dials to it too, and he got a couple damage in with Snuva, like we said. So he's only got Jabba to defend with again. He does have 1 resource left, and Jabba could discount something by 2 if he's got an event card.
Yeah.
So at least I got 6 resources to play with. A Falcon right here might not be bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I'm going to play Luke. Oh, he's not bad either, I guess.
There's a way to get rid of Jabba.
Yeah, and I actually kept 2 resources open, so I wonder if what I've got here to. I'm going to put Force Cleansing on Luke for 1.
That's a good one, and that'll do a damage to Jabba.
Yeah, and then I can do a
You
damage.
remember to do it.
Yeah, I can do a damage to him because that's not an event. And it looks like I'm going to swing probably at Hunters here.
Yeah, it's not the end of the law. Blah, if I could talk today. It's not the end of the world to commit Luke when you got Force Cleansing on him because
Right.
that frees him up anyway.
Right.
So
I guess he's trying to decide, does he want to get in the way here? The big drawback I have right now is, so I'm going to shoot it, and he is corrupt officialing it. And I guess I'm trying to decide, do I want to pitch Force Cleansing or not and shoot again? Yep, looks like I am. I'm going to shoot again. See if he's got another corrupt official. So I'll end up with 3 total. I think he started to put the unopposed and then realized I'm dead. So I'll probably get Luke and Gimmick balance back here again. The nice new double-sided cards. Now it goes to 3.
yeah, those are a little. I didn't think those were going to be very good, but they were better than I initially thought.
Yeah.
So I haven't really got to use them yet, but they're better quality than I was expecting.
Right. So now I think, like we saw, he pitched those 2 death marks early, so he's not going to be able to get them back. He pitched a captured, which he can only get back if his Eye Exaltedness is out. So he's only got 1 captured left. So I'm probably hoping he didn't actually draw it again here with.
Yeah. Well, there's also the his ability to bounce Snuva back to his hand and replay
Yeah,
it.
that's true too. He could just bounce Snuva and capture Luke.
Yeah.
And he's spending 3, and I think he's got Bib Fortuna.
There's another guy I haven't seen in a while.
And then he's spending 1 to play the Twi'lek Sycophant. He looked like he started to discard him. Like, no, you guys on the table. He's searching for event. He's probably fishing for captured here, which he could still theoretically play. He got Hutt's Hospitality, so.
I bet he really wants that death mark back now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Jeremy was watching us play here or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he's got more of a board than you, but you've definitely got the scariest unit on play right now.
Yeah.
So he needs, if he did something, if he got rid of Luke, you'd be in pretty bad shape right now. But right now, he doesn't have a whole lot to go on here.
No, he really doesn't. I mean, no, he does. I guess he has more resources than I was thinking because he's got Bib out. So Bib's got the 3 resources too.
Although he does have, like, he could attack
there is
with...
Bubo.
That'll help.
And there is another spider.
Attack with anything and take out Yavin. If you block, then he can send in Jabba behind and lock down Luke.
Yeah. So I think he's.
If I were him, I'd probably send like Snuva at Yavin and see if you block.
All right, he's sending. He's sending Jabba after May the Force be with you.
That's interesting.
Yeah, there really is no downside to me blocking here because he has no other tactics on the board. He's just going to lock me
Yeah.
down. And if I win, even though Luke will be locked down, I can get rid of Jabba and get rid of his discount.
Well, not with Bubo out there.
Oh, that's true. I had a Seeds, though.
Yeah, and he does have. I think assuming that is Hut's Menagerie over there. He's got a
Yeah,
way to get Bubo back too, so he's
that's
not really
true.
worried about damage.
Right.
But I think if he'd have done it the other way, he would have been able to lock Luke down on your turn, and now he's not going to be able
All
to.
right, so he's going after Secret Yavin 4 with the Twi'lek's going to blow it up. So Dow will go up to 4. He's going to take the Spider after the May the Force be with you. Dow will go to 6. And I remember thinking when he did this that I guess he hadn't seen anything from it in my deck, but I've got False Report in there. I'm like, oh, False Report would be awesome right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he could have done that another way to where he still would have got those two objectives and then locked Luke down as well.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't about to kill anything that you blocked with. So Luke would have earned his own 2 focus tokens, and then Jabba could have put 2 more on him.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he did. Oh, he used Jabba summons to get something.
Yeah.
So I didn't see what it was. So he's going to take balance with the dial at 6. I'm going to refresh. And I'm going to flip up Asteroid Sanctuary. And False Report. And I got to think I'm going to probably trigger this.
Yeah. One downside, though, is you just put Snuva back in his hand, though, and you freed up his spiders, too.
Yeah, I did, but I just put a bunch of cards back in his hand, so he's going to have to start discarding some things. I think he started to put them in discard instead of his hand, and we're like, no, they go back to hand. I think it might have been a while since Donovan had it trigger or something.
Yeah, I hope you've got something serious right here, or maybe you can even win right here, because next turn is going to be painful when he gets to play that stuff back down there.
Well, it will be, except he's only got 3 resources to play stuff out.
Yeah.
So he could play the spiders, or he could play a spider and something else, or he could just play Snuva. And I remember this, I actually drew into a freeholder. I did not have one, and I just got to drew one, played a freeholder for free. I debated did I want to put Luke in because of Snuva, and I think I actually decided not to. Unless I had maybe like some way to double strike with them. No, I guess I did put him in. I got to pay for Luke. And then I might have left 2 resources up. I must have something else that I could potentially
If
play.
you got a Bamboozle, it would be really good.
No, I got a Cloud City Operative, so...
Maybe you just didn't have anything better to do.
It might have been, except I know I was sitting there thinking he was only going to have 3 resources left open. So I'm sending the freeholder in after Hunters. And remember thinking, oh gosh, I hope you don't have another Corrupt Official. Draw a card with Asteroid Sanctuary. I'm going to blow it up. Get Yoda back.
Yeah.
And then I'm probably going to swing with Luke just to get some damage, probably on Hut's Menagerie maybe. And I probably can swing with the Cloud City Operative too if I really want to, except I knew he had Hut's Hospitality that he had gotten it back before.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 3 damage on Hut's Menagerie, and I remember thinking, do I want to just swing with this Cloud City Operative, or do I want to commit the freeholder because he might just capture Luke anyway or hit Luke with Snuva? And so that's what I chose to do. I took balance back with the freeholder. The dial's going to go to 7. I took one off Denemba. I still got my 2 smuggler things are in affiliation free.
Yeah.
And then he just flipped up Feeding the Pit. So now he does have 4 resources. So he could play Snuva and a spider.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, if I'm him, that's probably what I do.
He's got to figure out the discard, because I think he had 8 or 9 cards in his hand. There's 5
you made
right
him pick up 7. I don't
yeah.
know how much he had before that.
I know. And I only have 1 false report in the deck, but man, when it triggers, especially a situation like that, that was pretty good. Yeah, he's discarded Bib, the Twi'lek, something. I think something else. So he's playing 3. I guess he's gonna play Snuva and capture Luke. And I'm like, okay. I kind of expected that. That's why I didn't free up Luke.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna pay 1 to get an energy spider. Pretty much what we expected there.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, too, you get your Yoda back, so you already have a play for next turn.
Yeah. I remember thinking, too, I should have committed the Cloud City Operative here, because then I would have kept balance with what he ended up putting on the board. Oh, no, that wouldn't have, actually. He's going to commit them both, take balance back.
Yeah, I hate committing those spiders, just
Yeah.
because not only do you lose your force card if they get focused down.
Yep.
So, because they'll just be sitting on the board useless, and you got 1 less commitment card then.
Right. And he's back where he's only going to have 4 resources again, so I'm going to play Yoda. 7-gun Yoda is a little bit more scary than 2-gun Yoda like before, or 1-gun Yoda. And I've still got 2 resources here. And
Well,
maybe
you know
I
he's
drew into
got
the bamboozle this time.
Yeah, you know he's got Bubo in there too, so you probably want to get rid of that Hutt's Menagerie. That way you only have to deal with him at least 1 more time at most.
Yeah. So I am going to swing with Yoda here.
Yeah, I think he has to block with the spider for sure. Because you're going to focus it anyway.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game.
At least that way, if the spider won't sit there useless, it gets killed and he gets a force card back.
Yeah, so
I guess not.
I focused. I drew a card with Asteroid Sanctuary. I did pretty good. Remember those triggers, and I just blew up Hutt's Menagerie. And so now I could swing with the Freeholder because Snuva probably don't want to get in the way. I'm gonna swing it. I'm swinging here. And I guess I'm going after feeding the pit. Actually, then I remembered he could like clear things off because there's captured cards. I'm like, okay, wait, maybe not. I'm going to go after the other objective. And I want to swing at stuff since he could potentially clear damage off with feeding the pit and stuff. And I think he...
Yeah, I've too many times have I made the mistake of trying to beat down that objective only to have it just heal over and over again. When it's out there, I just ignore it completely.
Yep, so he is going to block the Snuva. So Snuva's going to end up being double focus unless I kill him. And I put a card in. I wonder what I put in. I don't think I had targets. Nope, just put 1 in. I just put 1 in. He pitched Bubo. Ooh. So he's going to do 2 damage to my Freeholder. But I am going to do 1 damage to Snuva, so he'll stay on the board. He'd have to bounce him. And I'll get 2 on the objective. The Snuva is going to be locked down here unless he bounces him.
Yeah, see. Now he's... Well...
I'm going
to...
Yeah, kind of have to. I got to hope he doesn't bounce Snuva and just took Yoda. That'll go to 8, so he still would have to blow up 2 this turn to actually win.
Right.
Remember, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, Spider's going to stay locked down. He flipped up another feed in the pit, so now he does have, I guess, 5 resources there.
Yeah, but you've taken out 2 objectives. You can still ignore those feeding the pits and be fine.
I think I forgot with lucrative Snuva would free up because he's a bounty hunter. I probably should have went in with at the Cloud City Operative after something else just to lock Snuva down, but I forgot that lucrative is going to free him up.
Yep.
And that looks like he is playing better offer. And he is going to put Snuva back down and capture Yoda again. So he's captured Yoda twice and Luke once in this game.
Yeah.
But I'm still sitting there thinking, well, unless you got a trick, you're not going to be able to blow up 2 right now. You only got 2 other resources left.
Yeah. And you still, Snuva's got enough guns to kill the Freeholder if he can win Edge. Who did he just put down there? Is that a spider?
Yep, he put a spider down. So if he had another Spice Visions, he could blow up something with the Spider.
Well, that or the Spice Blitz.
Yeah, or the
or
Spice.
Either one.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a resource for Spice Blitz.
No, that's true.
So he'd have to have prep and planning in his hand, which I don't think he does. So he's committing the Spider to take balance back. I'm almost surprised he just commits Snuva there, but all right. So Dial's still at 8. I don't know why I was looking at my hand before I decided to before I actually refreshed. I must have been thinking I guess
well, you still have resources.
I have resources, and I think there is Bamboozle, so I think I got to clear off from the Freeholder onto Snuva.
Yep, because now the Cloud City Op can focus the Spider, and then the Freeholder can go in unopposed.
So that was a pretty good patient play on my part that I didn't just use that Bamboozle on my turn. I held off and used it to lock something down of his. So, yeah, that must have been why I did that. So now, like you said, unless he's got, the Spice Visions or something, I should be able to lock
the Cloud City Op at any of the other two to lock down the Spider, and then the Freeholder can finish off that objective.
Yeah, so I just discarded and drawn up, and maybe I'll get something else good to really kind of guarantee me this game. So, which has gone, as I said, a lot quicker than the first game that Donovan and I played when it was for real. Although, in fairness, we're still playing our tournament decks here, so I don't think that we just didn't have time to play this match or this game.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, what do I have? Oh, I got another Yoda.
Yeah, there's a little more insurance.
Yeah.
Anything with blast would be good to play.
Yeah. And then there's C-3PO. I guess I played him in case he had some crazy event to do
that's
something.
really his only chance was some kind of crazy event. He does theoretically have lucrative contract though too.
Right. So maybe he has a corrupt official, and then I'm gonna play Speeder Bike too. I'm going all in on the focus here. Probably. I'm probably gonna send. I'm gonna send the Cloud City operative after one of the feeding the pits.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, if he has corrupt officials, I can't win, but I'm going to at least try to lock stuff down here, do a damage, and then send the Speeder Bike in probably just, I think he damaged. He gave me a card back or something to remove a damage.
Yeah. Now I think you go for the win, and if he's got it, then you just focus everything.
Yeah,
which it looks like he did.
He didn't. So. He scooped. Yeah. I think that was what I was playing for. That's why I left the Speeder Bike back. I'm like, all right, well, if he's got a corrupt official, then I'm just gonna lock everything down here. And just hope he doesn't draw enough to blow one up. Yeah. So that was a pretty good game. It certainly changed. He got up to a good start there, capturing stuff, but then when he got aggressive with the spiders and blew up stuff, I flipped up false report. And even though it only left me with one Jedi resource there to play with, it certainly I was able to make use of it there. So good game. It was fun playing Donovan. He finished in top 16 at Worlds. He certainly had a decent Scum deck there, as we said, because Scum's just good in general. So I was kind of happy to get the win, especially with Snuva wrecking me a couple times there. So
that's what he does. Yep.
So you got any final thoughts about that game that we just watched? The game that really wasn't in the tournament.
It's pretty straightforward. I mean, his deck mostly did what it was supposed to do. It was just that false report that he wasn't expecting that really did him in. So, I mean, both decks kind of played like they should have played. So that's the way it goes sometimes. Yep.
Yeah, it was. So, all right. Well, so thanks again for joining me for commentary as always, Derek. Appreciate it.
Yep. Anytime.